There's a specific feeling that has no clean name. You're sitting somewhere, a room, a car, a conversation, and suddenly you're watching yourself from slightly outside your own body. Like you're a character in something, present but not quite there, participating but not quite feeling. You go through the motions, you respond when spoken to, you laugh at the right moments, but something underneath is just absent. And the terrifying part isn't the feeling itself, it's how normal it's started to feel. Psychologists call it depersonalization, but that word makes it sound clinical, rare, dramatic. It isn't any of those things anymore. It's Tuesday afternoon, it's scrolling at midnight, it's looking in the mirror and recognizing your face, but not quite recognizing yourself. For a growing number of Gen Z men, this isn't a crisis moment. It's just background noise. And that's exactly what makes it so hard to catch. Here's what's actually happening beneath the surface. The human sense of self isn't fixed. It's constructed, rebuilt constantly through experience, emotion, memory, and most importantly, genuine presence. But genuine presence requires something the modern environment actively destroys: uninterrupted time inside your own mind. Not scrolling, not consuming, not performing a version of yourself for an audience of strangers who will forget your face in 4 seconds. Just existing, quietly, without an output. Most Gen Z men haven't had that in years. Every idle moment gets filled. Waiting in line? Phone out. Waking up? Notifications first. Falling asleep? Something playing in the background because silence stopped feeling comfortable somewhere along the way. And when you never sit alone with yourself, you slowly lose the ability to locate yourself. The self becomes something you perform rather than something you inhabit. But there's another layer nobody talks about honestly. Gen Z men grew up constructing identities in public, online personas built piece by piece, the music taste, the aesthetic, the opinions, the humor, all of it shaped partly by what got a response and what got ignored. The algorithm didn't just show them content, it quietly taught them who to be. And after enough years of that feedback loop, the performed version and the real version start bleeding into each other until you can't clearly find where one ends and the other begins. That's not weakness. That's just what happens when your sense of self gets outsourced to an attention economy before it's fully formed. You don't lose yourself dramatically. You lose yourself in increments so small that by the time you notice, you're not even sure what you're looking for. The men who start clawing their way back to something real usually describe the same thing. Not a breakthrough, not a revelation, just a moment of quiet that lasted long enough to feel something unfiltered. A walk with no destination, a morning without the phone, a conversation with nobody watching. And in that space, briefly, quietly, something familiar surfaces. Not who they were performing, not who the feed had shaped. Just themselves, raw, unoptimized, uncertain, real. That feeling, that small, fragile signal of genuine presence is what this generation is starving for without knowing it. Not more content, not more stimulation, just the quiet experience of existing without needing to broadcast it, of being real, to yourself first, before anything else.